Okay, folks, Andrew Boltbros here. Well, we got another signing, and I want to talk about it's another cornerback, which a lot of people are going to be like, well, why are we signing another quarterback? We already have a number of defensive backs on our practice squad. But I think there's an interesting conversation as to why we're signing so many defensive backs. It's going to be a shorter video, but I wanted to talk about this new transaction. Guys, let's get into it.
Bolt Bros!
Okay, folks, as always, like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content. I'm Andrew Boltbros. And as we discussed, interesting little signing, right? Before we get into this, I wanted to talk about, what everyone is predicting for the Chargers Panthers games. Everyone's expecting a blowout. We'll talk more about this on our live on Saturday. And yes, I did lose a battle with my razor. Clearly, I'm an aggressive shaver, so yes, get your jokes out, guys. But yes, I did lose a battle with my razor. So, anyways, that's why I got cut. I was going to make a joke about I got into a fight at the Raiders game. You should see the other guy type of thing. The truth is always better, right? But just so you know, we are favored to win this game precipitously by most of the experts. I would agree with that. Let's talk a little about the injury report as it stands today. And this goes into why I think we did sign another cornerback, right? Did you notice we have Tarheeb Still has a hip injury, and Jasir Taylor did have a fibula injury. Remember, in the game, he was injured, and there was some things going on with him, and you could kind of tell he was struggling. Just so you guys know, Jasir Taylor is actually our best rated cornerback last season as far as PFF is concerned. I mean, a lot of people really like him. Very good protection ratings, right? So, there is a lot to be said about, how you wonder where we are going to go moving forward with these players getting injured. Now, again, nothing really looks pretty bad. Although Gilman's another person, right? He did have a knee issue, right? So these are three smaller guys on the team, guys. And that goes back to the conversation around injuries in general. I remember, I think I was watching the NFL Network. They were talking quite a bit how more defensive players are injured than offensive players, and it's large because they're sort of the punching bag, right? They're the ones that get stuck in the pile. They get rolled up on. All these different things happen to them during the course of a game. And so you could kind of understand why we're going after some other defensive players just in case some of these injuries start piling up. But again, a few of these injuries happen. Josh Palmer knee, again, that's, I think you're not, nobody on this list really is a concern, I would say, but it is something to think about moving forward. So let's talk about the man of the hour, the gentleman that has now been signed. We did announce on Tuesday, September 11th, that date is going to matter here in a few seconds. We signed Dicaprio Bootle or Bottle, probably Bottle, to the practice squad. Bootle. Yeah, we'll call him Bootle. Great name. Anyways, 26-year-old spent the 2023 season and 24th offseason with the Panthers. Interestingly, he was signed the exact same date last year by the Panthers, and we're playing the Panthers this next week, which is hilarious. But as you see here, he was originally signed as an undrafted free agent from the Chiefs, right? So interesting, 2021. He stuck around for 2 seasons, including the Super Bowl campaign in 2022. So again, he went to the Panthers. Didn't really do a whole lot with the Panthers, of course, but again, he's 5'10", 190 pounds. Started 2 games for the Panthers. He originally played at Nebraska. So again, I think the depth conversation in the cornerback room is important because you never quite know how it's going to play out with a lot of these players moving forward. Again, Asante Samuel's not very big. He's around the same height as a DiCaprio here, not to be confused by Leonardo DiCaprio from the movie Titanic. We all know that movie. Anyways, but my point is, bottom line, I do think some of these injuries could start piling up, and you could have a need for some more people in the practice squad. Now, if you look at the practice squad as it stands now, actually, let me share my screen on this as well too. I didn't have that teed up, but the practice squad is actually kind of interesting because when I was looking at it earlier today, I thought to myself, we've got a lot of players on this practice squad that really could step in at some point, right? Carson Barnhart, a very kind of all-encompassing, offensive lineman, Luke Benson. I didn't think he'd make the team. Actually, Zach Hines is who I thought was going to make the team, but here's Dicaprio Bootle. How do you say that, guys? Bootle? Yeah. Anyways, 2 years in the league from Nebraska, 180, 5'10", Tucker Fisk, pretty good. We all saw what he did in Stanford. Young player, but Des Fitzpatrick, another good wide receiver. Hinton, nice defensive lineman. I will say this. Jesse Minter did just speak a few minutes ago after I'm filming this video, and he talked about a rotation of defensive linemen through the entire game, which really helped us out quite a bit. But Jeremiah Baptiste, Tony Jefferson, I think he'd probably be the next guy up if we were to have a problem with Alohi Gilman, Jalen Johnson, Leatherwood. But again, more cornerback, right? Sean Wade. This guy is a safety or defensive back, cornerback. So, and then Nehemiah Shelton, who we signed earlier this week. So again, guys, why am I bringing this up? I do think that when the injury starts piling up, statistically speaking, it does happen a little more on the defensive side of the ball than the offensive side of the ball. So maybe that's the reason why we're signing 2 more cornerbacks. Maybe they're having a little frustration with some of the rotations. Again, the coverage was good, not amazing. We did give up, I think, 240-ish yards in the air last week. So, maybe there are some concerns about some of the press man, formations that we're running, right? So we'll see, guys. But as always, Andrew, Bolt Bros, again, leave a comment down below for the algorithm. We really appreciate it. As always, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast. Let's go.